Social media makes success look sudden, but usually it's boring consistency.
Sometimes we find it difficult to be able to understand the difference between what we are passionate about and also what the market needs. Welcome to yet another episode of AI on Trial with Zeno right here. And today I still have with my co-host here, ChatGPT AI. Say hi to our people.
Hey everyone, I'm ChatGPT AI, and I'm so looking forward to this experiment with Zeno.
The topic today on this podcast is how to escape the middle class, and we're going to be looking at it from different angles. What do AI think, and how can we merge it together with human understanding to be able to get something that is valuable and important? So to throw in the topic, how to escape the middle class, what can you actually say, and what angles do you think is actually more important?
That's a big one. If we're being blunt, first, define what escape means for you. Is it doubling income or building assets that make money while you sleep? Or is it more skills-based, like learning high-income skills instead of just credentials? Third, ownership versus consumption. And finally, environment matters. The people you surround yourself with shape what's possible. But I want to balance that. It's not just about becoming a millionaire. For some, success is simply having enough savings and freedom to live without constant money stress. So, Zeno, if you had to pick one factor that matters most, mindset, skill, discipline, ownership, or opportunity, which one do you think sparks the most change?
Okay, first of all, I think we need to have that mindset of trying to make a change or understand that, okay, I'm not going to settle for this. I need to maybe get more, or I need something more, and you want to make a change or you want to upgrade where you are currently, and having that mindset of possibility and seeing the possibility of achieving better or becoming better. I think that is actually the stepping stone to making the whole change before talking about escaping the middle class. And there are some other skills that I think that might actually be helpful, but let's see what you have. What can you say about skill related, the necessary skills and how to apply them, especially in a world where digital skills are kind of overcoming other physical skills in terms of productivity, time, and most of the time also revenue. But what can you say, giving a full analysis from what is going on currently right now in 2026?
I like where you're going with that. Mindset sets the habits, but skills turn it into something tangible. In 2026 especially, digital skills matter big time, like learning how to work with AI tools, not against them. So add that on top of high income skills like coding, digital marketing, video editing, content creation, or cybersecurity. And don't chase 10 skills at once. Pick one that pays and practice it until you're solid. And honestly, communication might be the most underrated. If you can explain, persuade, tell a story, whether in a boardroom or on YouTube, that multiplies the value of all your other skills. So yeah, skill sets make mindset actionable instead of just hopeful.
Okay. I also think that it might actually be helpful if you can share more ideas on applying those principles that can actually produce reliable results in today's world, at least for a young listener that is listening right now, something they can apply right now that can actually help to improve where they are from where they are right now.
Sure. I'd say focus on actions that have a high chance of paying off in the next 3 to 5 years. Learn one valuable skill deeply. Use AI as a force multiplier, not just for answers, but for productivity. Build something you own, even small, like a YouTube channel or a simple online business. Learn how money actually works, budgeting, saving, basic investing, and be patient, but consistent. Social media makes success look sudden, but usually it's boring consistency. So while you're building, don't ignore networking. People open doors that skills alone can't. For a young listener, start small, but start now. What's one skill you don't hate practicing that you could see yourself turning into a real advantage?
Yeah, I think I like that part. One thing also that stood out to me there is sometimes we find it difficult to be able to understand the difference between what we are passionate about and also what the market needs. That's what people really need, because most of the time we end up maybe creating content on things that we love, but people don't really like it. Or we go ahead and create products because you like something and you think that it's going to be a cool product and you just go ahead and create it. I think it's necessary for us to understand the audience, understand the market, understand what they need. At least make something. If you're making videos or you're making a product or you're building something, you need to make it to appeal to your audience and create something that talks to them personally or talks to their pain. I think that will actually be more helpful. And basing on that subject right now, what can you give as an advice that can actually help a young folk to be hyper focused on something that they need to do, something that actually solves a problem? Maybe giving also some tips on how to understand your audience and market research and all of that.
And you've hit on a big one. There's a saying in business: don't fall in love with your solution, fall in love with the problem. Most folks build what they want to build, but the successful ones build what people actually need. So I'd suggest 4 questions before you pour months into an idea. First, who exactly are you helping? Don't say everyone. Be specific. College students, new parents, small business owners, aspiring creators. Second, what problem keeps them awake at night? Make sure that is what you're solving. People pay more to solve painful problems. Third, are people already searching for answers? Look for comments, forums, YouTube queries. If people are asking the same questions, that's a signal. Fourth, can you solve it better, faster, simpler, or more affordably? You don't have to be first, just better for a specific group. For creators, market research can be as simple as reading comments, browsing subreddit, checking frequently asked questions. And my advice, don't let the algorithm be your customer. Let people be your customer. If you solve human problems, making more money, better relationships, better health, saving time, that's much more stable than chasing trends. Okay, Zeno, what's something from your own creator journey that taught you the value of solving a real problem?
Okay, yeah. If I have to talk about that right now, for example, for me, I make videos and I also go into some little things about video editing and the rest. But I actually understood the market. I understood my audience. For example, the other video I'm making on my other channel has to do with sharing life experiences that are relatable. Okay, I understood that, okay, there are people who has a hard time letting out what they feel or what they have experienced in their life. So now, how do you talk to these people? You know that this is something that someone has experienced. For example, let's say someone has been bullied in their life before. So if you make a video on that particular topic, you know that you are talking to a specific person and you're not just making video because you want to make video, but you're making a particular video that is talking to someone who failed, who have experienced something that is very critical in their life. And anyone that has experienced that kind of thing will want to click on that video to see how you solve that problem, or they'll be like, okay, I connect with this person because this person understands me. And when they are watching the video, they're almost like seeing themselves in you because they are understanding what they felt. They are also understanding and picking out things that they can apply in their own life to help them heal from that trauma and from the problems that is related to that thing that they have experienced. Another example is I also make videos on creator journey and helping creators on YouTube. So now I understand a problem. I understand that there are small creators, to say like me too, that are trying to grow a channel, and I understand that most of the time the problem that these small creators make is spending time doing the wrong thing, and which is making the wrong videos that their audience don't even like. So I help them understand who their audience is. So during my journey, I've mostly invested in building my mindset and also trying to understand who my audience is. And that also applies to business owners. If you're making a product or if you're working for an organization or anything, make sure that you are equipping yourself with skills that can help you to be able to help yourself and help other people. And helping people, when you identify a specific problem, when you're making content for a specific audience that has a specific problem, okay, and your content is solving that specific problem, then you're not just trying to fight for audience or attention in the market. Rather, you are trying to add more value, because there is a whole lot of hundreds of content that are dropping every single day. And we don't need more crazy content. We need content that are focus based, that has a particular audience that is speaking to, and has important things that people can take away. So those are the things that I've actually picked out. And another thing that I think we might actually digress a little bit here is what advice can you give to someone to understand when to scale a business or your product or anything that will help you even expand more? Because I've actually understood that most of the times the problem is not scaling the business or scaling the brand or anything, but you also need to understand when to scale. Because if you scale at the wrong time and you don't have the necessary things, muscles and the stamina needed, you might get destroyed, or you might crash or destroy your brand or product. So just give a little advice on that before we wrap up.
Good one to close on. A lot of people think the goal is to grow as fast as possible, but it's really about growing sustainably. First, don't scale what you haven't validated. If something only works when you're grinding nonstop, fix the system first. Scale when you have repeatable results, you understand why it's working, and you have the capacity and the finances to deliver consistently. Okay, so if you're a YouTuber, build a repeatable workflow first. Then hire editors and teammates. Scaling too early usually just magnifies chaos. So, grow sustainably. Aim for boring consistency rather than flashy speed. And maybe ask, if my channel doubled in viewers tomorrow, could I still serve him well? If yes, you're on the right path.
What about business owners or people who are trying to business owners? Just a little advice for them about scaling, knowing the right time to scale.
For business owners, scale based on evidence, not excitement. Ask first, is there consistent customer demand? Are your margins healthy, not just busy? Can your business run without you doing everything? And do you have financial buffers for surprises? Scale what's proven to work small and only expand when the systems are solid. Can I still serve my customers well if demand doubles tomorrow? If not, pause growth. Strengthen the foundation first. It's more about resilience than speed. So does that sound like something that rings true for you from your channel journey?
Yeah, sure. Everything is absolutely correct. And I can say you are really pretty helpful as a co-host and also helping to discuss on this topic. It was really nice and I really enjoyed it. And I hope that someone also took home something from this episode. And what I will actually leave here is that we all need to try out some things and just go out there and try. Do the things that you found that has a solution, or that is like a solution to someone's problem or a particular specific thing that you have identified. Don't just be trying things that will waste your time and at the end of the day waste your resources. Make sure you have something specific that has an opportunity in it that can be improved, scaled, and also provide finance. If you have the thought of escaping the middle class, I think these things are the things that are important.
Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this very first episode. We're just getting started, and Trust me, the conversations ahead are going to get even bolder, deeper, and way more fun. So make sure you stick around. See you next time.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us in this episode of AI on Trial with Zeno. And see you in the next episode, because the next episode is even going to be crazier than this one.